This time you created an international incident.
That's not bad for 20 years.
What the hell am I going to do with you?
What about the Lucifer problem?
Next, in Galaxy One, world-class actor par excellence, Robert Vaughn. And veteran character star Keenan Wynn. With Aldo Ray. In the Lucifer Complex, where surviving Nazi scientists bring cloning to its ultimate peak of terror.
So you see, Mr. Manning, the Fourth Reich is a reality. And through cloning, we are building a new master race.
United Nations agent Manning is alone in his struggle to save the free world from this diabolical scheme of a madman. You won't want to miss a moment of this spellbinding chiller, the Lucifer Complex.
Central Control, we have 5 minutes to go. It looks like a good day for pickup, yes. All systems are on go. Manual is all set. We have a radio contact that's come in and says that we have a pickup at 3rd quadrant, 200 degrees off. We'll be starting our countdown before long. Central Control, we have about a little more than 4 minutes to go. So, do you hear me? I want you to run a systems check if you can over on the quarters and check with me when you get it fixed. I want to know all systems. We'll have that weather report in a few minutes from Central Control.
This way, please. In less than 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, NASA officials will be making their first radio and video contact with the United States spacecraft Solo 1, which is now on its return flight after conducting an experimental mission into the farthest reaches of our galaxy.
And no one has spoken with or seen him for a year, right?
That's correct. Now, gentlemen, if you will step here behind the rope. That's very good. All cameras and cameramen on that side.
Protective shield ready.
This is actually the farthest reach of the galaxy.
This is the first time that this has ever...
Yes.
Oh, who is this?
That's Cardinal Rule. That's
Rule?
R-U-L-E, and he is the consulting theologian and psychologist for the Air Force. Excuse me, I just want to... I'll be with you in just a moment.
Great.
Oh, very nice to see you.
Lieutenant Hawkins?
Yes, indeed.
Where,
Right here. So glad you're able to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Got a modulator set.
Yes. Now, what he is showing you are
Protective shield holding.
What is this, the rainy season?
We're ready for an interface with Solar One, and it looks like weather is fine.
Weston.
No, that is Colonel Weston, W-E-S-T-I-N. He's the officer in charge of the mission. Okay. He got this mission off the ground when everyone else was against it.
Right.
Sir, we should be in contact in 3.5 minutes.
I'll tell you something off the record. He sent his very best friend on this dangerous mission because he didn't want to be a hero himself.
I'd like to meet him if it's possible.
Certainly. Colonel, this is Tina Hawkins of the Tribune. She'd like very much to talk to you and ask you some questions about your...
How do you do?
Ellen DeVore, Ellen, I'm so happy to see you. How long has it been?
He just saw us 2 hours ago at the Burger King.
Say hello, Ron.
Hello.
Ed, when will we be making contact?
Contact?
With the ship.
Oh, the ship. Very soon. About 1,400 hours.
That's 2 o'clock, Mom.
You're a smart little boy, Ron. Why don't you go ask Midge to buy you a lollipop? I want to talk to your mother alone.
No.
No what?
No, I don't want a lollipop. I've outgrown lollipops.
Colonel Weston, we're ready for your interview, sir.
2 years ago, May 13, 1983, high-powered radioscopes picked up unusual flickers from a point in space where no star was known to exist. Our instrumentation was able to determine that the shape was round with the dimensions of about 8 football fields laid side by side. After assimilating all known data, we determined it was a black hole, the only one to ever have been sighted in our own galaxy. The instrumentation showed a rotation to this form, which fit into my theory. I personally was overwhelmed by the vast opportunities this presented for study. The Solar One had been in readiness for just such a mission. About a week before the Solar One's launch, the black hole seemed to disappear from our monitorings. I concluded that this was due to the constant movement of interstellar matter which blocked it from our monitoring systems. Therefore, I urged the launch to take place. The mission of the Solar One was to fly to the site of this phenomenon and monitor it for rotational and orbital movement, measure gravitational pull. On board, the Solar One is the most highly advanced computer ever to have been assembled by man. The West 10. It is the West 10's prime function and responsibility to unlock the mysteries of space, to carry out the duties of this mission. 2 minutes to contact.
Colonel, would you give us more information on phase 2 of the mission prior to contact and something about the astronaut?
On board the Solar One is astronaut Mark DeVore. For details on that phase of the mission, I now turn the proceedings over to our consulting theologian and psychologist, Cardinal Rule.
I never knew Captain DeVore personally, but from speaking with those who knew him, who know him, I find him to be a much beloved man. Beloved by his wife, Ellen. Beloved by his son, Ron.
1 minute to contact. Speed it up and spit it out, Rule.
Phase 2 of the mission is to study a black hole's effect on a human being. Psychologically, physically, and of course, spiritually.
40 seconds.
Yeah, but there's more, you see, and this is the most important part. Well, this has been man's first solo space voyage of this length. Its outcome will have great bearings on future flights by man into the outer reaches of the universe. And how does he hold up psychologically, being alone in the void with just a machine as his sole companion?
Just a machine, Cardinal?
What happens to his psyche when he is confronted by the vast unknown?
That works. That doesn't work. That doesn't have to work. That's okay.
Extensive psychological tests will be carried out on Captain Devore upon his return. No human being has spoken to Captain Devore for a full year. He has had no contact with any living creature. This first communication will tell all. We must hope for the best and be strong enough to accept the worst.
Now, just a minute, please, Cardinal. The West 10 is not just a computer. I created him to be the perfect companion to man. A present company excluded, of course. The West 10 was created in my image.
Solo 1 now entering communication range. Beginning countdown to radio and picture relay. 0 minus 30 seconds and counting.
And counting.
And the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play.
West 10 is multilingual. It's programmed in human psychology. Freudian transactional, Jungian Gestalt.
20 seconds.
It can play challenging games of chess, backgammon.
15 seconds.
It can converse on meaningful topics. The West 10 is a comfort to a man who's alone. It is man's best friend. It programs nutritional diets. It has in its memory bank the most select of American and European classic thinkers and authors. And on top of all this, the West 10 is still able to perfectly maintain all the functions of the spacecraft and carry out the vital research of this mission.
10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have picture.
Dad! That's my dad!
It is with great pride that we welcome you back into the bosom of the nation, Captain Devore. How often our thoughts have been with you. How often our voices raised in prayer for your safe return. How often we have pondered your journey, our minds trying to mesh with yours. Your deprivations have been ours, Captain Devore. And now we would like to share your joy. Tell us, Captain, what gleam of light sustained you throughout the long, long darkness?
Sex. Bring me my woman. Bring me, Ellen. Ellen!
Good thing we're not in here, huh?
Mark. Dear Mark.
Ellen!
Ladies and gentlemen, the interview's over. We'll see you back here 30 minutes before airtime in 4 hours.
Right, so look, could you give us a brief statement on Captain Devore's behavior?
Later, please. I must have time to examine the situation at depth.
But...
I greatly fear for that poor young man. The long solitary confinement, it's much worse than I expected.
He hasn't changed a damn bit. That, Cardinal, that is a sick man. He's destroyed my careful choreographing of this moment. My promotion to general depends on this mission. Mark DeVore has foiled me every time. I won't let him do it again.
Well, then why did you send him on this mission instead of going yourself? You had the opportunity.
Because I thought if he were gone, Ellen would forget.
They appear deeply in love.
Love. I'm a handsome man, Cardinal. Bright, witty. I have style. Once I gather the data for the West End tapes and release it to the top brass, I'll go on talk shows. I'll give lectures. I'll write books. There'll be probe groupies. And then Ellen won't be able to resist me. Especially when I prove to her how unbalanced her husband really is. I know. Haven't you ever felt driven? Isn't there something that you would long to achieve?
Well, I'd like to be Pope.
Pope? Pope? Yes. Pope, you'd make a fine, upstanding spiritual leader, Rule.
I try my best, Colonel.
Then get Captain DeVore committed.
And Uncle Ed drowned the goldfish. I had them in the toilet while I was changing the water, and he flushed them down.
Ellen, I think Ed is hazardous to animals. At least Ron can swim.
I think we've spent enough time on levity, don't you, Captain? Would you excuse us, dear? There's some classified matters I'd like to discuss with your husband.
Hey, wait! You haven't asked me what I want for our anniversary dinner yet.
You're sure you'll be home in time?
Well, if this ship flies as well as Ed promised it would, I should be landing on July 13th in 3 days. And our anniversary's on the 14th, remember?
I'll count the moments until then. I love you, Mark. I have to go now. I love you.
And I love you Ellen? Ron! Gee, I'm awfully sorry about my opening statement, Eddie. But I had no idea the press was going to be there. I thought it was just family.
I'll issue a statement to that effect. Well, Mark, how do you feel?
Never better, Eddie.
No feelings of disorientation, vagueness, lack of memory, hallucinations?
Well, actually, I feel fine. I feel more aware than ever. I remembered my anniversary, didn't I? That's no small feat for someone who's been living in a place where time has no meaning.
So you feel fine?
Yes.
There was a hell of a lot of meteor activity, though. My teeth are still rattling from that.
Well, that's good. That's fine. I guess we can thank my West 10 for your sense of well-being. He's quite a fascinating piece of equipment, isn't he, Captain?
Oh, the West 10. Eddie, Actually, you know, I found the West 10 to be dull.
What do you mean?
It's okay now, Eddie. I modified him just a little bit.
Modified him? What's to modify? The West 10 is perfect. I created him.
That's just what I'm getting at, Eddie. He's boring.
I mean, who plays cribbage? I like a hot game of poker with someone who cheats intelligently.
He cheats?
He does now.
Well, what other computers do you know who can sing your lullabies if you can't sleep?
But does he have to sing in a Pakistani dialect? I mean, really, Eddie. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Could you sleep to that? But it's okay. I made a few changes.
You had no right. I am the West 10.
Well, then your name is Mud.
You...
It's okay, Eddie. It's just an acronym for more unnecessary data. You see, that's what he says every time I make a new entry. More unnecessary data. Mud. You get it, Eddie?
Let me talk to West 10. Now!
Hey, Mud, you're on.
Good afternoon, General Weston.
Hey, he's only a colonel.
On the basis of the results of this mission, Captain DeVore, I feel I can confidently predict that there are major changes in store for Colonel Weston.
Thank you for your vote of confidence, West 10.
I am never wrong, sir.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
West 10, there are certain modifications Captain DeVore has claimed to have made on you. Respond, please.
Colonel Weston, I will comment on your statement. With all due respect to Captain DeVore, I must inform you that I found him to be a chronic teaser. Childish in mannerism, summary, not to be taken seriously.
But the modifications
are a falsehood. I am the West 10. I would not allow more unnecessary data to be programmed into my memory banks.
Well, I must say I am relieved, West 10. Captain DeVore, you might take a lesson from the West 10 and try to act more like an adult in the future.
Oh, okay.
West 10, give me a summary of the data you collected on the black hole. I was right on, wasn't I?
Colonel Weston, I must advise you that it is imprudent to speak on a subject of such major importance and security over public radio airwaves. One never knows who is tuned into one's frequency.
Well, now, Mark?
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to agree with Mudd's security measures, Eddie. You know how it is.
Well, I respect your decision, West 10. Mark, the West 10 will proceed with your return flight plans and will supervise your landing. Anticipated touchdown set for 72 hours with countdown beginning at C-minus 30 minutes. The top brass will be at the landing site, Mark. This is an historical event. Please keep that in mind and try to appear normal for a change.
Okay, Stinky.
One more item, West 10. I'm switching you over to program Alpha 832, classified security information input. Prepare to receive.
Hey, what is this? What is this?
Captain DeVore, there are functions of this mission even you are not privy to.
Probably why I keep an uncluttered mind.
Ground control will monitor your return trip by radar. Want some luck on your trip, West 10?
Hey, Stinky.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, so what was this dueling numbers duet all about? Well, come on, what did he say? You know, you still blush when you lie. So?
He say he very happy to be in this country.
Okay, I'll let it alone.
Gee, my circuitry must be tangled. My mind feels blank.
It's called denial, Mudd. I know what a disappointment it is. Spend a whole year in space with your sensors trying to pick up the black hole, only to find out there wasn't one. It's a big letdown. It's a perfectly normal feeling, though.
Thank you for reassuring me, Mark.
Hey, Mudd, we're buddies. I like you.
You're a nice human, Mark.
Oh, poor Ed. This is really going to destroy him. He wants so badly to be a general, and you know he's probably going to get busted to private. Still, it was good of you to stick with me on that. He shouldn't be told anything until we're face to face. I think it'll help him if I'm there. All the same, you are a beautiful liar.
Look, I should hide him. He created me. So I spare him a disappointment for a few days. He shouldn't worry. Listen, kid. A man's gotta rest easy on his pillow. I could claim, of course, for the good of the mission, you understand, that you were responsible for erasing my tapes.
Now that's the Mudd I know and love. God, what a dump! Well, I suppose the least I can do for Ed is to get this place in order. How about a little schmaltzy music to listen to?
Will you look at him? He's such a good boy. He's cleaning up his room. That's it, kid. Clean up America. Make it beautiful. Huh? How many times I have to tell you? Don't sing with your mouth full. Hey, big boy. How do you keep that figure? My goodness, you're so svelte.
Hey, Mud. How are the fuel and catalyst supplies holding up? Should we pipe in the spare tanks?
I will survey. One moment, please. Captain.
Mm-hmm.
There is enough fuel in the main tanks to get us home and back here again.
Enough to get us home and... Well, that's all I care about. Going home.
Ellen, there's no reason to act so flustered.
Flustered? Who's flustered? What, me flustered? Why should I be flustered? How many people do you know whose husbands come home from Jupiter for dinner?
Yes, I'd be a little upset, too.
Ed, I'm just so excited.
Excited? So am I.
You're such a good friend. Here, put these in the top shelf, will you? Over there. Let me see. Twinkies, olives, popcorn. I wonder if he's going to like the waterbed.
I would.
Well, yes, but after a year in outer space of weightlessness, he might prefer something a little more substantial.
Mark? Oh, he's never coming back down to Earth.
Oh, you guys. You have such an offbeat sense of humor. No wonder you're such good friends.
Music off, Bud. It's time to be grown-ups. Preparing for return trajectory. I'm initiating contact with ground control. Ground control, this is Solo 1. Prepare to receive return course countdown.
Countdown for first stage trajectory proceeding. West 10 will initiate re-entry guidance to landing. Advise affirmative.
Affirmative. West 10 in readiness to assume flight control.
Solo 1, we show your Victor as 40 degrees southeast of Jupiter. Advise if affirmative.
Vector affirmative as stated.
Countdown in progress. 0 minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Acceleration.
Another job well done. Danger. Danger.
Increase the thrust, Mud.
Danger. Danger.
You're being pulled in.
Danger.
The protective
Danger.
shield.
Danger.
Put it on.
Danger. Danger.
Mud.
Danger.
Mud, react. What's the matter? Mud? Mud, are you okay?
Danger.
Mud, what is it? What's wrong?
Don't ask.
What happened to you? Why didn't you put up your protective shielding?
I don't know. Let me pull myself together. I'll check the damage.
Hey, Mud. I was only out for a few seconds after we were bombarded by that shower. I mean, it's only been a minute or so, correct?
Well...
Look at the screen, Mud. Where the hell is Jupiter? How did we get so close to Earth?
I don't know, Mark.
Well, pull yourself together, Mud. What do your instruments show?
I don't think you'll like this.
What is it?
My sensors show that 2 days have passed, and that's Earth up ahead. We're right on schedule, Mark. Somehow.
But that's not possible. Oh, this is really weird. We've been out of touch with ground control for 2 days. Unless you've been in contact.
No, I don't think I have.
Well, sort it out, Mud. Ground control. Ground control, Zeta 148. This is Solo 1. Do you read me? Ground control. This is Solo 1. Come in, please. Hey, ground control. Hey, where you been? Hodges, is that you? You've been drinking on the job again, you old son of a gun. Hey, ground control. Ground control, answer me. Answer me. Bud, will you get on this? What the hell is going on around here?
I'm thinking. Yes, that's not Zeta 148 frequency, Mark.
Well, whose frequency is it then?
I have knowledge of 429 frequencies in my memory banks. We are not tuned into any of them.
Great. So we're tuned into number 430. What happened to the other 429?
Perhaps they changed their radio contact code numbers. They do that, you know.
All of them in 2 days? Okay.
Mark.
Have your data sensors been on during this whole mess?
Yes, but...
Well, that's good. You just take whatever information you have and put it onto your disk, no matter how unimportant it may seem, and chew on it for a while. See what you can come up with.
But what are you doing?
I'm putting this ship on manual, and I'm taking us home.
Oh, you can't. You can't do that. You're human. You're fallible. You make mistakes. You need radar homing contact. You need me to fly this ship.
I don't think you're in the best of shape, Mud. Why didn't you give me any warning about that meteor shower? We've run into them before. You were always prepared.
Well, I was because... Well, it's your fault. You've slowed me down. You've made me too human with all your unnecessary reprogramming. First sing this, then play that.
Are you telling me everything?
Yes.
How can I believe you?
Would I lie to you?
Yes, I taught you how, remember? Well, we are home. Looks like there are still a few things that we humans can do without the aid of a machine. Isn't there, Mud? Well, give me the exact date and time, would you?
1400 hours, Pacific Standard Time, 13th July, 1985. 85.
Perfect.
85.
Right on schedule.
85.
Did you ever figure out anything more about the time lapse, the loss of radio contact?
No, not yet. There's a puzzle here, Mark. I think I'm piecing it together, but, well, I'm just not sure.
Well, that's all right. We'll leave that for poor Ed. He's got to hear something concrete about this multi-million-dollar mission of his. Well, bye-bye, West 10. It was nice working with you. I guess I was a little off in my calculations. Meteor shower must have thrown the ship a bit off course. You'd think they'd have at least sent one jeep to meet me. I guess I'll just have to hitch a ride home.
Negative. You can't go home. What about debriefing, decontamination checks?
After all, Captain DeVore, half of the purpose of this trip was to check out your state of mind.
Later.
Mark, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. They'll disconnect my circuits when they find out I don't know anything about black holes. They'll try to find ways to make me talk. I have a very low tolerance for pain. Oh, what if they recycle me? I'll die if they recycle me. Please, Mark, I don't want to end up a remote control box for a color TV. Look, I'll tell you everything. Colonel Weston short-circuited my reactors.
Why would he do that?
I told him.
Told him what?
The truth about the mission, about my tapes being blank. He keyed in directly to my memory feed. All he found were Gene Autry songs. He got mad, so I told him the truth.
So he shut off your reactors? That's why you couldn't put up the protective shielding. Why, he didn't want us to come back and tell anyone the truth. Oh, I'm gonna deal with him. Oh, don't you worry, Mud. I'll look out for you. I'm partially responsible for this.
Then you'll take me with you?
How can I do that? You're integrated into the whole ship.
I know what to do. We'll put together a mini version of me. I'll show you how. You can carry me in your pocket. Come on, go in the other room. Let's get to work. Come on, let's go.
Okay, if you say so.
Now, go take the number 3 red wire from my main circuit panel. Ow!
Will you stop moaning and groaning? You're making me nervous.
How would you feel if you were operated on with no anesthetic? Now, remove the blue and green circuit panel. It's labeled M4. You see it?
I see it.
Ah, whew, that's it. Now, integrate it into the top portion of the box. Boy, this is really a good idea of yours, Mark. Me being with you. I'll be tuned into the complete me in the ship, sort of like a walkie-talkie, and I'll be able to see what you see and hear what you hear. You'll still have all the benefit of my intelligence.
There you go. I'm finished.
Testing. Boy, I feel small.
Are you with me, Mud?
Yeah, but I'm upside down, Mark. Turn me over. I can't see anything. Ah, that's better. Nice day, isn't it?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Are you trying to get us killed?
Trying to get us a ride. Now what?
You better give me a minute to check back with Solo One. Right? Okay, so far. Huh? That's strange. Wait a minute. 1400 hours. July 13th, 1985, 85, 86, 1986. Oy vey. Mark, wait, Mark, hey, wait. They can't see you.
What do you mean they don't see me? It's a pretty outstanding outfit, wouldn't you say?
Mark, I have to tell you.
Maybe they thought I was a weirdo.
Listen to me. It's not that they don't see you, it's that they can't see you.
Oh, yeah, I know the type. Something like Ed. Their vision's pretty limited unless it concerns themselves.
Are you going to listen to me or not?
Why, Mud, I do believe you're angry.
Look, just be quiet and listen. I've done a lot of thinking. I've been tuned into my memory bank. Mark, that time lapse you felt up by Jupiter, well, it wasn't just a few seconds. And it wasn't 2 days either. It was a year, Mark. 1 full year to the day.
Nah.
There was something up there, and we flew through it.
What was it?
Well, I guess you could call it a door in space and time. A time warp. It projected us into the future and also put us into some other world.
What are you getting at, Mud?
Well, we're invisible. We're not here.
Well, just where the hell are we if we're not here?
In another dimension, I think. See, it's something like being dead, only we're not. We're alive somewhere. Of course, this is only a theory, but I think that's what happened.
Since when did computers become theoretical?
You made me what I am today.
Okay. Well, how come I'm not sinking into the ground if I'm not here?
Mark, please stop throwing me around.
Sorry.
In answer to your question, your body's molecular change isn't too different from what's normal on Earth.
Hey, I wonder if I could walk through walls.
I wouldn't advise it.
Well, now, if there really was a door in space, well, how come ground control didn't pick it up on their screens? I mean, it was in a vector that was easy enough for them to monitor.
But its position was blocked off from Earth by Jupiter's moons. Look, Mark, start believing facts. This door has an orbit. It's moving away from its present position, and it's imploding. It's squeezing itself out of its world, maybe into another dimension. Mark, in 4 days, it will be too small and dense for us to even squeeze through.
So what do you want us to do?
I want us to go back to the ship. I need time for a complete systems check. Then we'll fly back through the warp before it disappears. We have enough fuel on board for a round trip.
That's a pretty big chance to take.
Yes, and it's our only one. Come on, let's go.
Now, hold on. Now, we have 4 days. It takes 1 day to check out the ship, and it takes 2 days to fly back. That leaves us 1 day to spare. I think I'd like to check out this new dimension. See what it's like to be otherworldly. Oh, and I want to go see Ellen one more time. At least I'll be with her in spirit, huh? Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold everything. You had me believing this. You really had me going here. Look, I can feel this. I'm here. I'm solid. I'm grounded. Muddy boy, you were shaking up pretty bad back there, you know. I think maybe you're not thinking too straight. And I don't think I am either for believing any of this for a minute. You just put your tubes to rest, Muddy boy. Everything is going to be just fine.
You have no faith.
Opportunity knocks. Hello there. Hi, remember me, the fellow you almost turned into a highway statistic back there? No hard feelings. Hey, allow me, here. You know, it's unhealthy to hold a grudge. Hey, listen, I have an idea. Why don't we just let bygones be bygones? I'll make you a proposition. How about letting me fix your car, and then you give me a ride home, huh? Fair enough? Hello? Hi, I'm an astronaut, and I just returned to Earth. Well, it seems I took a wrong turn somewhere up around Jupiter, and I'm a little bit lost. I'd really appreciate a ride home. Yeah, you look for the answer in there. I'm sure you'll find it. Take your time. Take your time.
Time? Hush, Balaam. Time.
Is it with you people?
Mark, look at the license plate.
6.
I'm truly sorry, Mark. Can we go back to the ship now?
No, not yet. Listen, if we fly back through that warp or whatever it is, we don't have any guarantee we'll ever return. I don't know if I could ever make you understand what love is, but I've got to spend my anniversary with Ellen and Ron just one more time. It's been 2 years since I've seen them.
But, Mark, they won't be able to see you or hear you. They won't know you're even there.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm really invisible, huh? I wonder what else I can do with this new dimension. Hey, maybe I have supernatural powers. Maybe I can just fly us home.
Well, so much for mobility.
Taken them away, and they oppressed a man with his house. Yes. Therefore, the Lord, behold, against I am an evil man. I am a man, and I declare that
Oh, I wish she'd shut that thing off.
Huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing. Settle down, fella. It's all right.
Settle down.
Settle
You have none to the Lord but the
Don't you
Lord.
raise your voice to me, Caleb.
You're the one that's doing all the squawking. I ain't said a word.
This is incredible. Am I imagining this whole thing, or can that bird really hear me?
I'll feed the information into my databanks.
Yeah, you do that. Well, I'll be damned.
Damn.
You're profaning, Emily.
Sex, more sex.
So that's what you want, is it? Well, then why did you marry me?
Well, cut this out, Mark. If the animal can hear you, tell him to take us straight to NASA.
Are you kidding? I haven't seen my wife in 2 years.
Where's your sense of duty? You're forgetting priorities.
Don't talk to me about priorities. I'm the one with a wife and widow's week, and a best friend who's a murderer.
All right.
Hey, you guys, drive. Come on, drive.
I did not know the name of the Lord forever, and that day, and the Lord and I will assume that from this day the power of devil came on the assignment. I can press everything right here with my case.
Set. Not there.
Perhaps I should come back later.
Stay.
You certainly do spend a lot of time glued to your desk, Ed. All that paperwork with your new promotion. It must feel very good to be a one-star general.
What do you want, Rule? Well?
Well, I wanted to say I know what an effort it must have been for you, what with your grief at Captain DeVore's accident and all, to convey to the commanders as coherently as you did the information you were lucky enough to have gotten from West 10 before its unfortunate demise near Jupiter last year.
Yes?
I see a lot in people they try to hide. Hopes, fears, joys. At the debriefing session last year, I was watching your face. I feel I know you well, Ed.
What? What do you know?
How badly you wanted to be a full general, and how well you covered it. I had heard...
What?
Forgive me for what I'm about to say. These are not my words. The astronomers are retracting their theory that a black hole exists in our galaxy.
Where did you hear that?
In General Chase's confession.
What else did he say?
The general is very concerned with saving face. The taxpayers are revolting. So they are going to send Captain O'Keefe on a recovery mission to get the West 10's tapes and disprove all those rumors that there was nothing up there. Forgive me.
Forgive you for what, Rule?
I wanted your...
What?
I wanted your friendship. I have just come from the commander's offices, and I finally convinced them.
Of what? Of what, for God's sakes, Rule? What?
To send you on the recovery mission to Jupiter.
Oh, my God.
I reminded them that this was your operation, and that it behooved them to send you there to finish what you started. It was only fair, and they agreed. And they're going to make you a full general if you return with the tapes.
Oh, my God.
And it'll help Ellen DeVore also. You'll be able to bring her poor husband's remains back for a decent hero's burial.
Stop it! Whoa.
You leave in 2 days, sir.
No.
Why?
I have my reasons. Secret reasons.
Well, I can keep a secret, sir.
Oh, I'm sure you can. I'm getting married.
Well, Ed, how delightful. Who's the lucky girl?
Ellen DeVore.
Captain DeVore's wife? But...
Yes, I know. My mother doesn't think she's good enough for me either.
But she still loves...
Me, and always has. She's had a horrid shock, poor thing. I've spent the last year trying to lift her spirits. I've kept it quiet too long. We'll announce our engagement tonight.
But she never mentioned this to me. In fact, she's arranging a seance tonight to communicate with her dead husband's spirit.
I know it's to get his permission for our marriage. Can you imagine what a horrid shock it would be to have her bridegroom fly off to Jupiter and maybe die just 1 year after her first husband did? She's walking the narrow line of sanity, Cardinal. I don't want my death to push her over the edge. Would you?
Well, no, how could I? I only wanted to help you. It's too late to call it off now. They want those tapes, and they want you to get them.
You can certainly talk them out of it. I have great faith in you. And if you do, I'll send you to Rome.
To Rome?
To have an audience to see the Pope.
The Pope?
Papal election's coming up soon.
The Pope?
Talk to the commanders. Go. Bring us good news tonight. Ciao.
Ron, is that other load ready?
Mom, am I a comfort to you?
You're a lot more than that, kid. You're my best friend.
Then can I ask you a question, friend to friend?
Sure. What's on your mind?
It's just that I think you're acting weird about having that, whatever you call it, tonight.
Seance. It's just for fun.
Oh, sure. I mean, just last week you were so different. You're going to go back to work. I think your words were, it's time to stop dwelling on the past and look to the future.
You're really laying it on, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I just wish things were the way they used to be.
I know you do, sweetheart. But we just have to face the fact that things are never going to be the same without your father. Your dad was the kind of man who took everything that life had to offer with open arms and a big smile. I think that's a lesson we both could probably learn.
That still doesn't explain the seance thing.
You're right. I haven't gone bananas, if that's what's worrying you.
I guess that's what's worrying me.
Okay. I'll level with you. I just have this feeling lately that your dad isn't... Well, that he's close by. Now, look, I don't believe in ghosts or anything like that. But I just have this feeling that if ever there were ever a chance of contact, tonight would be the night. It's our wedding anniversary.
Maybe if for real, like your old dad will get dragged off the inner limits by a spirit.
Now, what's that remark supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's his fault that Dad's gone.
Well, Ron, that's not fair. Ed's a good man at heart. He feels responsible enough for sending your father on that mission without your adding to it. And he's done his best to make life easier.
For you, maybe. Are you going to marry him?
I don't know. I don't know.
You could do a lot better than him. You still are pretty, even if you are a flirt.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'll tell you what. If I ever make that kind of decision, I promise you that your vote will count. And I hope if you ever make that kind of decision that my vote will count.
Sounds fair.
Okay. Look, I'm not asking you to like Ed. Just try to get to know him a little better. Will you do that for me? Just try a little harder.
Okay, I'll try.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong. I don't know why you treat me so.
Mark, stop torturing yourself. I'm sorry I ever brought up the subject.
Well, I'm gonna have to face it someday. You finished checking out the ship yet?
About halfway.
Well, why don't you finish up? I'm really not the best of company right now.
I understand.
Alas, my love, you do
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no!
Help! Help, Mark! Help! Stop singing! Help, Mark!
What is it?
Mark, there's a leak in the fuel catalyst system. It's major, Mark. It's draining. I can't stop it.
All right, turn the car. Turn the car. Come on. Turn the car.
Turn the car! Turn the car! Turn the car!
Mark, it's too late to repair. We're losing all the fuel.
Hey, you forgot about those spare fuel cylinders.
No, I didn't. There's only enough fuel in those tanks for a one-way trip to Jupiter.
Well, I guess there's no turning back now, is there?
No turning back.
Oh, it'll be okay, bud. Hey, this is almost home. Hey, stop the car. Stop the car. Come on. Hey, Bird, come on. Tell him to stop the car. Stop.
I'm going to kill it. That's my demons, ain't it? I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. That's all it's good. I'm going to kill it.
Ellen, why don't you let me buy you a dryer? It's more civilized.
I rather enjoy this.
To the lady of my dreams. To celebrate.
Celebrate?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later, when we're alone. Hey, kiddo, why the long face? Come on, Pooch, fetch. Come on, boy, go get it. Come on, fetch. Ellen, I've never seen that mutt move. That animal needs a dog shrink.
Elmer's a good dog. He just hasn't been himself since... Mark and he were very close.
It's the same with our bird. Dad taught him to talk and do tricks, but he hasn't let out a peep since Dad's been gone.
Well, maybe the dog needs vitamins. Ellen, I want to talk to you. Ellen, I don't want you to hold this silly seance. It's not like you, Ellen, to sucker for some kind of phony hoax. It isn't healthy.
You sound like Ron.
Ellen, I'm serious. I want you to cancel it.
I'm serious too, Ed. I need to go through with this, and neither you nor Ron are going to talk me out of it. When it's over, well, then we can talk about what changes I'm going to make with my life. But neither of you are going to talk me out of it, and that's that.
Well, if you're that determined, okay. But I'm going to have some good news for you. Something that's going to affect your life and mine, too. And it won't take a seance to understand it, maybe.
Oh? Well, what news?
I'll tell you about it after dinner. Could I help you with that?
That's okay. I can
Nonsense, nonsense.
Now, what did I tell you? Let's go inside. I'll make dinner.
Let's go inside. She'll get dinner. Ooh.
Ron, it's Buddy's bedtime. Put them in your room while I get the dessert, okay?
Okay.
The bird shouldn't have been in the kitchen during dinner. Birds shouldn't be around food. Birds carry lice, all kinds of diseases.
I've told you before, Ed. Buddy is a member of my family.
You know, Buddy, you just aren't fun anymore. You don't talk or play. Buddy used to throw a tantrum when it was his bedtime. Buddy, it's bedtime. But I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to. Like that. Remember, Mom?
Yeah. And then he'd come up and he'd say, "Oh, all right." And then he'd bring him over to me and he'd say, "Give us a kiss, sweetheart. Give us a kiss, sweetheart."
Elmer! How you doing, Elmer? Elmer! What? You can hear me. Oh, Mud, I sure have a way with animals, don't I? Now sit, Elmer, sit. Elmer, up, up. Now lie down. Oh, Elmer, this is fantastic, Mud.
It sounds like... Nah, it couldn't be. Elmer? Elmer! Elmer! Elmer, come on! Elmer! Elmer!
Oh, Ron.
Elmer!
Ellen.
Let's go inside, sweetheart.
Oh, Rover finally joined the lad to the living, huh? Ellen, stop looking so glum. Tonight's going to be a night filled with wondrous surprises. More wondrous than Rover's Call of the Wild.
Sweetheart, clear the dessert dishes, will you? When you're done. I wonder what happened to Cardinal Rule. I can't start a seance without him.
A seance? You're having a seance? Ellen, you can't avoid this confrontation any longer.
Ed, let's not talk about it tonight, okay?
Not talk about us, Ellen. It's the most important conversation I can imagine.
Except for talking about yourself,
I
you
adore
jerk.
you, Ellen. I adore you. I've always meant to have you. Ellen, every event that's led to this moment was predestined. You were created to be worshipped by me.
Ed, please.
Ellen, let me take you away from this life. Ellen, you're not meant to be here.
Hey, what's so wrong with this life? She likes it. I like it.
Ellen, marry me. I was Mark's best friend. He would have wanted it that way.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I wouldn't. You're not falling for any of this, are you, Ellen? You're going to pay for this, Weston.
Ellen, Mark is dead. He's never going to walk through that door again.
I know what you're saying is true. I just can't let him go. I can't believe I'll never see him again. I know you've been good to us. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Say yes.
No.
I got it.
You keep out of this. Oh, God, what am I going to do now?
Look, Mark, there's a bird in this house. I picked it up on my scanner.
Buddy.
Right. We can get Buddy to communicate.
You're right.
I'm sorry I'm late. I know, but congratulations.
What for?
Hello. Congratulations. May I?
Well, please.
Ellen, would you go out to my car? There's another lovely bottle of wine there, and I think our friend here could use a little refresher.
Certainly.
Did you talk to the commanding general?
I didn't. I couldn't. My conscience wouldn't allow it.
What? You're prattling. You're drinking.
No, I am not. As a friend and as a psychologist, I couldn't allow you to be so unjust to yourself. This time, you're going to get what you deserve. But the commanders are making a formal announcement to the press right at this moment.
fly to Jupiter.
You're going to Jupiter?
Me? Alone in space.
Don't worry. God will be your co-pilot.
I can't!
What, no pioneer spirit?
Just keep your sight on those tapes, Ed, and all that they'll mean to you when you return.
But there's nothing on those tapes! Ellen, the Cardinal has just brought us the most wonderful news. I'm going to fly to Jupiter all by myself. The Solo 2 space probe, where I will locate Mark's remains and see that they get the treatment they deserve.
Mark, a ship. Did you hear that? He's got a ship.
So?
So, dummy, don't you see the possibilities?
Then I am coming back. I'm going to quit the Air Force. I'm going to retire, and we'll get married, and we'll move to South America, my darling.
Wasn't anybody going to get that?
I'll get it.
Who are you?
What are you?
Mrs. Cesare?
Oh, Mrs. Cesare.
Oh, what a lovely house. We should begin immediately. Ah, this table will be fine. Now I want you all to be seated.
You were expecting someone else?
She should know.
This is really very unorthodox of me.
Silence, please. All hold hands. Close your eyes. In the beginning, man is not. Then he is. Then again, he is not. But his spirit is forever living, unbounded by time. Mark DeVore, we wish you welcome. We bring you no harm. We are your channels, your instruments of contact. We are preparing our unconscious minds to be your servants. Speak to us. Speak through us. His spirit is flying through space, leaving the cold unrest of Jupiter for the warm comfort of home. You have left many who love you. Their lives are troubled without you. Come to us, Mark. Come to us.
How much are you paying for this?
Give us a sign of your presence. Answer us, Mark. Give us a sign. Are you there? Oh, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
You call? Here I am. I am resurrected.
This is a rotten trick, you little twerp.
Going to Jupiter, Ed. Remember me?
Kid, I didn't know you were a ventriloquist, but I'm warning you to shut your trap. This minute, I'm warning you.
Ow.
Buddy?
Give me a kiss, sweetheart. But I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Murderer. No black hole, Eddie. Nothing on the tape.
You're not Mark! This is a trick. It's your idea of some lousy kind of a joke.
I ain't got no money. I don't.
You're a sick woman. Sick. You know better than your lousy, rotten husband.
Our marriage is off.
Ed!
Don't beg.
Get me a Twinkie while you're up.
So long, Eddie. See you around. Don't hurry back. Nice work, buddy.
Mark? Is it you?
Dad?
Did anything happen?
Oh, no, not really. Our bird just got loose and it scared our friends. So they left. That's all.
Well, it doesn't always work the first time. We'll try it again. Oh, it's late. I must go. The bill is $35. You can mail me a check. Goodbye, dears.
Dad, is it really you? Tell us what happened, Dad. Oh, happy anniversary.
Mark, you took a terrible risk. You should have gone back to Jupiter just as soon as Mud told you to.
I had to see you again.
Darling.
Buddy, child.
Ron, put Buddy to bed. The poor thing's exhausted.
But I don't want to go to bed. And I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go. Oh, but I don't want to go to bed.
Where are you, Mark?
I'm right here.
Good night. I love you.
Spoil sport.
Mark, I am not a voyeur. Now let's get back to business.
Oh, I don't know, Mud. The Solo 2 doesn't leave for another 2 days. And by the time we get to the warp, it'll be too late. At least those were your calculations.
I might be wrong.
You might also be right.
Do you want to abandon the plan?
No.
All right, then let's continue. This is the most important part. Even if we can get to the Solo 2 and beyond it when it's launched, there are still 2 very risky obstacles.
All right, let's have them.
1, the Solo 2 will have to have been built a full year ago.
That's right. If it's any newer, when we fly through the warp, the ship might disappear.
Yes, it wouldn't have existed then. And we've got to get exact data on when the ship was built.
I'll get Ellen to check on that in the morning.
Mark, I said there were 2 problems. The second one is fuel. Even if the ship is a year old, the fuel in it won't be. It can't be stored for that long. So if we come back to 1985, we'll be without power to get us back to Earth.
The fuel cylinders. Ellen will drive us to the Solo 1 and I'll pick up the extra tanks. And we can hook them up in the Solo 2 right after we go through the warp. That'll give us plenty to get home.
Good thinking. So it's all settled then. Let's get some rest.
Yes. No. There's a third problem.
What?
What about you? What'll happen to you when we fly through the warp? Your main components are in the Solo 1, and there's too much of you to move to the other ship. And besides, I don't have the skill to reassemble you. You'd be a vegetable. And I'm not going without you, Mud. That's so funny.
Mark, it's so simple. When you pick up the cylinders, we'll also pick up my hydro laser crystal.
Your what?
My crystal, my key, my heart, my soul, whatever you want to call it.
Now, wait a minute. I never heard of any hydro laser crystal.
Well, you wouldn't. The crystal is what makes me the most advanced computer in existence. It's what separates the men from the boys, kid.
Mud, are you telling me the truth?
Mark, when it comes to survival, I'm the most honest machine you've met. Of course, you realize the biggest problem.
Which is?
There's no guarantee we'll come back at all.
Okay, let me be sure I got it straight. You want me to call Ed and tell him that I'll marry him?
Yeah.
Then I get him to tell me when the launching is going to take place and when the Solo 2 was built?
Got it.
Then I talk him into letting me go to the launching station, and I take you and Mud to the Solo 2. Is that it?
I think you forgot the fuel and Mud's laser.
Oh, of course. First I take you and Mud to the Solo 1. You'll come with us, won't you, buddy? Mark?
Mom, he can't. But he gets car sick. He'll throw up. Hey, we'll take Elmer. Dad can have him bark the directions. Once for left, twice for right, 3 times for straight ahead. Okay? Okay.
Okay. Here goes. I'd do better without an audience, you guys. Hello, Ed? Oh, please don't hang up. Please, I have to talk to you, please. It was a nightmare for me, too, my darling. I just never knew that Ron was so... You're right, he should be punished. He is being punished right now. He's in his room right this minute, as a matter of fact. I've grounded him for a month. All right, my dear, if you think I should be more severe with him, I certainly will be. A special school? Well, we'll talk about it.
Father, he'd make.
Ed, darling, you left last night before I could give you my answer. It's yes. I have thoughts about you you wouldn't dream of. All right, my dear. If you think a psychiatrist would help me, whatever you say, dear. Yes, let's get married right away. Oh, Ed, I am so proud of you being chosen for this mission, but, darling, is it a safe ship? How old is it? 6, 8 months? Is it over a year old? You want to know why I'm asking? I thought that some of the older ships were safer. I worry. I'm in love. Love means worry. You'll let me know tomorrow? Oh, well, that would certainly reassure me, my dear. Now you must be very busy, Ed. When do you launch? Of course I'll see you before you go. I love you best, too. Bye. Let's go before I get car sick.
Watch those curves next time, Ellen.
Well, how do we know if Dad's still back there?
Elmer would have barked or something. Where is Elmer?
What if we left him behind?
Don't be such a pessimist.
Mark? Mark?
Come on, let's go inside, fella.
Mark? Mark?
Speak.
Oh, good. Good, you're here. Well, what now? What are we going to do now? What? I didn't get that. What?
I said relax for a while and wait. Relax and wait.
Buddy, talk, you dumb bird, talk!
Mark, he has laryngitis. What are we going to do now?
Maybe we'll just concentrate.
Oh, Ellen, don't get so upset. Oh, look at me, don't get upset. I don't know what to do.
Hello? What? What? I can't hear you. What? Oh, Ed. What's that noise? It's just Elmer acting up again. Quiet! Ed, darling, you're leaving tonight. Oh, no, you can't.
Tonight? Well, that's wonderful. Don't try to talk him out of it, Ellen.
Oh, Ed, sweetheart, you can't leave tonight. We haven't said our goodbyes in a proper manner. You know what I mean.
I think you should go tonight, don't you?
Speak.
Was that a yes or a no?
Speak.
Do we continue with the plan and take you to the ship today?
Speak.
Should Mom say goodbye to Uncle Ed?
Yes.
He wants to come over here right now to say his goodbyes.
Ellen, you were too convincing.
That means no, Mom. We gotta get Dad out to the ship.
Get yourself out of this one, girl. Ed, sorry, darling, I have changed my mind. Oh, no, not about us, sweetheart. Where could be exciting? Oh, well, what do you mean it's, not proper? We're two consenting adults. What about your ship? What do you mean it's not protocol? Whatever you say, sweetheart. Do you want protocol or play? I'll get into something more comfortable. I'll see you in an hour.
I won't remember any of this a year ago, will I?
No, son.
It'll be as if this never happened. Like a dream you can't remember. I'll be who I was in 1985, and Mom will be who she was, and Uncle Ed will be the same bad guy, and you wouldn't have died or been missing or anything, and we won't even know it. But even if I don't remember, this did happen, didn't it? Didn't it? This is real, isn't it, Mom?
Yes, Ron, it is real.
So what I want to say, Dad, when I'm living in 1985 again, and I'm younger, I might not tell you too much, but I love you because I won't know then how much more I love you now. And you won't either.
Yes, I will, Ron. Yes, I will.
Anyway, I just wanted you to know that. Come on.
Ellen, the kid, and the dog, you know they're not allowed here. I cleared it this time, but it's not very delicate, well, number one, but it violates base security, I just got through. Oh, come on. Ellen, you're right, Ellen. You're right. The element of danger does heighten the moment.
Goodbye, Ellen. I love you.
I care so much.
Someone might come in. Please, someone may come in.
What?
Take it off. Take it off.
Take it off? Just a bit more zippers.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so let's come on. It's almost done.
49, 48, 47.
Go on, get away from me. I don't want you to leave.
You're doing right, my leg.
I don't want you to go.
But they'll find out there's nothing on those tapes.
42.
Oh, that was some confession, Private Weston.
40.
Goodbye, Mark. I love you.
Dad, I remember. You won.
37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 30 and counting, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
Mud,
11,
this is it.
10,
No turning back now.
9, 8,
Pray God this ship is a year old.
Amen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm scared.
It's up ahead. Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
Are you okay? Is your crystal in place and everything? Did I do that right?
Don't worry about me. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go.
Mark, I'm not going to make it through it.
Yes, you are. You can make it. You've got your crystal.
Mark, there isn't any such thing as a hydro-laser crystal. My data banks, all my circuits, they're still grounded back on the other ship in 1986. You assembled this West 10 Pocket Edition in 1986. When you come back into 1985, I'm not going to be.
Good.
So I lied. So what else is new? The universe is a funny place, Mark. Who knows? We might meet again.
No.
Remember, I'm alive somewhere. Mark, I'm going.
Oh.
You're the best friend I've ever had.
No, Mud. You can make it. I know you can. You've got to make it, Mud. See? See, I told you.
Solo 1, this is Zeta 158. Do you read? Can you hear us, Captain DeVore? We're tracking you with radar, Captain. Please respond.
I made it. I made it, Bud. I'm going home. Thanks for everything.
We lost contact with you 2 days. Please answer us, Captain. Are you all right, sir?